So we're going to go to Minot, North Dakota. Thank you, Madison, for the assist as always. And Rio is on the line there. Rio, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Rio, I'm living the dream. How can I help today?
So I'm an 18-year-old realtor, and I'm not 100% sure if this is a career that I want to go into. I'm interested in finance and that type of stuff, but I'm not sure if I want to go to college for that and maybe not want to do that by the time I get done with it.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You started off by saying you're an 18-year-old realtor, but you're also interested in finance, but you don't want to go to college. So we got a lot swirling around inside of you right now. So let's try to find the pattern. I want to know, because you're so young, and by the way, I'm big time impressed with what you've pulled off at 18. So at what point did you start wondering about being a real estate professional? How old were you?
So that would have been when I was 17. I was kind of trying to find a career that wouldn't require me to go to college that I'd be interested in, and real estate kind of was something that stood out to me, and then I started to pursue that and got my license a couple of months ago.
And what has caused you to doubt it?
It's just, to me, it's a little overwhelming with all the information I'm trying to grasp.
Oh, but you've already got your license. So what information are you trying to grasp?
Basically, how to help and work with other people and get my network myself out there more and build a client base that way.
Yeah, so it's just intimidating. Have you spent any time, do you have a broker that you're underneath?
Yes, I do.
Have you spent any time with that broker and said, hey, I'm 18, but I'm intimidated as crud right now because, I feel like I'm 18. I might be the youngest real estate professional in my entire area. I mean, there's just a lot of things that I would understand that you would be intimidated by. Am I right that you're intimidated? Is that really the emotion?
Yes, I would say that would be the correct emotion.
Yeah. And by the way, the reason I figured that out is, number one, I can feel it all over you. But number two, that's what I would feel if I was 18. But have you told your broker this to say, hey, will you take me under your wing? I'm going to make you a lot of money. Or maybe you don't have to be that bold because I'm not sure you really are into this. But I also think you just get cold feet and you haven't given this a real try. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It'd be like if a young guy got married, okay, 2 months ago, and he calls, he goes, Ken, I just got married. Oh, man, it's hard. I go, yeah, it is. Well, Ken, it's 2 months in, and we're not getting along that great, and I think marriage is hard. Kind of want to quit. You know what I would tell that guy? I'd go, hey, number one, you made a commitment. Number two, you're 2 months in. Of course it's hard. And it's going to be hard, but you can't quit. I think it's too early for you to quit. I think you got to give it a little bit more time. But the good news is you're 18. But I think you need to be hanging out with that broker going, look, take me under your wing. And maybe you start getting coffee or whatever is socially acceptable in North Dakota around COVID. Who knows these days? It's like walking on eggshells about what I can say about connecting with people. But the point is that you need to really get around some people that are successful real estate professionals and figure out what's working for them and give it a shot. You're 18. But I'm going to tell you the real issue. The real issue here is you don't want to go to college. And so you're trying to come up with the best excuse not to go to college. I think that's at the heart of what's going on. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
I would say that you're right.
I love when I'm right. Because that's the heart of the issue. So I want to take that pressure off of you. The reason I'm bringing this up is because that's really what's driving this. I think you were like, I got to come up with a legitimate reason, whether it's for mom or dad or for myself or for my friends or for society in general. And I hate this for you because our society has created this cultural pressure that young people have to go to college because if you don't, you're a loser. Have you felt that pressure?
I wouldn't say that I felt the pressure to go to college. It's more so the fact that I'm not sure if I want to make the commitment for 4 to 6 years or however many years that could be.
Okay, well, great. But my point is that most people feel a pressure that college is the next step. And I'm telling you twice in the first 2 minutes of this phone call, you said, I don't want to go to college. So don't go to college until you figure out what it is you really want to do. So that's what I want to ask you. when you go back, you're only 18, so you have limited work experience. But when you go back to the time of wondering for you, besides real estate, is there anything you've ever wondered about? Gee, I wonder what that would be like if I was successful at that.
Not really, no.
All right, so when
real estate was
and you were excited about real estate at one point, yes or no?
Yes.
And what was most exciting about it when you fantasized about it or you visualized it? What was exciting?
The amount of success and the amount of money that could be tied into it.
Okay, so my point is you have got to actually put your nose to the grind, face the intimidation factor, which is all about the unknown. It's all the unknown. And you need to get with that broker and say, how can you mentor me? What do I need to learn to be as successful as you one day? I want to be you. Or at least I think I do, and I want to try it. And at 18, it's okay if 6 months, a year from now, you do everything I just told you and you go, Ken, I don't have the juice for that. That's fine. But the reality is you need to figure out your sweet spot. Are you talented at it? Do you enjoy the work that's involved in being a real estate professional? And does it create a result that matters to you beyond money? And so, Madison, here's what I want to do. Let's make sure that young Rio takes the Career Clarity Guide, even at 18, and really, really goes through it. And then, Rio, I want you to take it, and I want you to do what I just told you to do with your broker and come up with a growth plan. How should an 18-year-old real estate professional spend their first 6 months? And you do whatever it takes. And you go all in because you could probably live with your mom and dad right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. But give it everything you got and try to sell one house. And let's see what it feels like in the process of selling one house. What does it feel like afterwards? Selling one house. Then we're going to have some real evidence. And call me back. And I mean this, call me back after you've sold one house. I got some questions for you. And then we can get some more details. But take the Career Clarity Guide and sell one house. Then call me back. Then we'll get to the next level.